What's up, my friends? Welcome back to a new Dive in Life tutorial. And today I want to show you a little bit on kick layering, how to layer your kicks. Usually my students, when they learn a little bit about music production, they start to put in multiple kicks in one track, or a top loop with a kick and then having their own kick. And usually you're losing a lot of punch and a lot of like fullness of the kick. I personally don't layer kicks. Like, it happened a few times in my journey, but usually I just pick one really good kick, and I'll just scroll to a bunch of kicks, go, this one really suits the track. I still am a big advocate for this, but I'm going to show you how to make two kicks work. So we have the candidate kick, we have the mi-hi kick, right? And as you can hear, the mi-hi kick has a little bit more punch, tack, tack, and the candidate kick a little bit more low. So if I would put them together, they sound like this. But as you can hear, there's some sort of phasing going on. I lose a lot of low end. And that's what you get when you put two sounds together, two low end sounds, and the waveform it's not lining up. So one might be going up, one might be going down. They're basically canceling each other out in certain frequencies, which causing to lose that low end. And it's your kick. It needs to be powerful. Like on themselves, it has already way more. And together, it's like it's hollow in a way. So how to solve this? Well, on this candidate kick, I can filter all the high end, basically above 190, and on the low end, I can filter everything above 156, for instance. I'm going to play them now with and without. So first without, and then with. This is a lot more definition. Now we have this guy together with this guy. Right? You get way more punch. Because if I turn it back off again, we have some hollow kick. But when I turn it on, there's more definition in there. And the same goes for top loops. When you have this one doesn't have so much low end, but you can hear it that it gets a little bit messy when you have everything. Let's say we have everything off and we just layer them without any EQ. It sounds pretty full. And again, that hollow kind of sound. If I turn on the EQs, it gets way more clear, right? So let's see if I can undo it. Right, this is without. This one also. Maybe turn this one off. It gets way clearer. Everything gets way clearer when everything is on, right? So, or super more definition in the low end. So that's something you want to watch out for. So whenever you use multiple kicks, decide which kick should be your top end, decide which kick should be your low end, and then layer them. And make sure you put the low cuts or the high cuts respectively, so they're sort of like not in each other's way. That will give you way more punch when layering kicks. You might get lucky if you layer two kicks that are exactly like the waveform is not really canceling each other out, but that's very unlikely. You might get trouble, and especially when using loops. If you have like a lot of these drum loops, let's see, we have lots of these. Here's also a kick. If you want to use this, make sure to cut that low end out, because if you don't cut that low end out, you're going to have like phasing, as it's called. And that means that you're just canceling out your lower frequency range and you get less punch on your kick. So that's a little bit on how to layer kicks.